Hey KU fans, welcome to Bankers Life Fieldhouse here in Indianapolis, side of the Champions Classic this year, where Kansas in the opening game knocked off Michigan State 92-87 with Tom Keegan. I'm Matt Tate.
And Coach Cal.
And Coach Cal, sorry. Get your voice in there. He's actually out there on the court right now finishing up his game. But
this is blowout loss.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. It looked like it could be that way for Kansas for a while. I mean, maybe
blowout
not a
victory,
total blowout, but yeah, they were
up 17.
ahead. Yeah.
Can you believe that? Up 17?
It seemed like it. I mean,
afterward, Izzo said you can't read this box score. He said it's too small, and he's complaining about it. They have too many. No, I like the categories. They got plus minus. They have fouls drawn, like 9.
Right.
For Dedrick Lawson.
Impressive.
Yeah.
What is also impressive and what Kansas likes about this is 10 of 23 three-point shooting, and 9 of those came from 2 freshmen.
Nice.
Quentin Grimes, 6 of 10.
And he made 6 of his first 7.
Yeah. And Devon Dotson, 3 of 5. Really, really impressive shooting night for those 2 guys who, during the exhibition games, looked kind of ho-hum, like they were still trying to figure it out, weren't really locked in, nothing too impressive in those games, and then they come out here on this stage and just play like absolute studs, like the McDonald's All-Americans they were. What'd you like about those guys tonight?
Well, incredibly athletic, both of them.
Yeah.
In different ways, maybe a little bit, but so fast.
Yeah.
And I like the way they finish at the rim. And a lot to like about those guys tonight. That was a big concern coming in.
Right. And
they were 2 of the better players in the game.
Yeah, amazing. No doubt. And both of them said after the game they can get better and play a lot better. Dotson had 4 turnovers. KU only had 11 as a team, so that was cleaned that up, but he didn't exactly clean it up. So really impressive start and debut for those guys. Other than that, Dedrick Lawson a big night, Udoka Azubuike a big night. I think everything ran through Udoka. Even though they want to run it through Lawson, a lot of it goes into Udoka first. Self talked about that a little after the game, saying everybody on this team will tell you that's where we want to go to our first option.
Lawson's a great post pass.
Yeah.
Soft ones over the top, and he sets them up beautifully. He only made 5 of 18 field goal attempts, and MVP of the game as far as I'm concerned.
He had a great night. What he finished with 20 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists.
2 steals, 2 block shots.
And those 9 fouls drawn.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
And that puts the other team in foul trouble,
and
it scores you points.
Yeah, it does. They hit a lot of free throws and looked really good doing that. Udoka, I wonder what you think of that. I mean, it was such a mixed emotions night for him. He went to the free throw line. He struggled there again late. Self left him out there again late. But at the same time, he looked like his post game has evolved. He made some nice moves, and I thought beyond the moves and beyond the buckets, the important part was how hungry he played.
Yeah, and one of the post moves was great. He kept stepping, and it was great. He made 3 of his first 4 free throws.
Right.
Every time you leave him out there and they win the game, that should help his confidence.
Doesn't hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, his form's probably more the issue, but it can't do anything but help him when you show that you believe it.
And you win.
Yes.
That's the bottom line.
If you lose, then
it's a problem.
It backfires.
It's a problem. Yeah, they didn't. We know about this team a little bit, but it's still very new. There's a lot of new faces. What'd you learn tonight that maybe you didn't know? And
that the guards are more ready than maybe I thought.
Is that right?
Yeah. And David McCormick had a good game. I didn't think he was even close to ready, but he hustles.
Yeah.
He definitely hustles, and he's a good guy to have on your team. Real smart kid.
Post moves for him too. A real nice post move with a left-handed jump hook. I mean,
that was nice.
If he develops that and gets more comfortable, I just think these guys are. Everything is every bit as good as we thought they could be.
Yeah.
They're already kind of there. They're going to get better. I wouldn't want to be a Big 12 team looking down the road knowing these guys are going to have a couple of months to fine-tune things and get even better, because this team is loaded, and it definitely looks that way.
Yeah, definitely loaded. Mitch Lightfoot had a good little hook shot.
Yeah?
Yeah, he gave him some good minutes. And Duke is loaded too.
There you go. Yeah.
So there's some loaded teams here, 2 of them.
No doubt about it. That's all we got for KU Sports Extra here tonight. And if you haven't heard, I don't know where you've been, but if you haven't heard, this is it for Tom Keegan, his last one. Tom, any final words? Usually I ask for final thoughts, but this will be final words.
This is my last game. I'll have a few columns later in the week, but not from games. My last word is how lucky am I that I got to cover Kansas basketball, and every single year that I covered it, Kansas wins the Big 12 title. They go to the Elite Eight half the time. And, you know, a struggling football program is really interesting to cover as well, especially considering that Jeff Long will hire someone who will get them out of this funk, but it's going to take a little while.
Real quick, I didn't prep you for this, but one or two lasting memories of your time covering Kansas, and, you know, what jumps out, the one or two things that you'll always think about in a career full of them, right?
Yeah, I would say three things would be Todd Reesing scrambling all over the place.
You might have read about that.
His first start at Sam Houston State, I remember the lead I wrote was, every Heisman campaign has to start somewhere. This one might as well be right in your hands.
Not far off.
Bill Self was looking over my shoulder when I wrote that at halftime, and he goes, "No, you're not going to do that." Yes, I am. And
Little did he know.
He got some Heisman votes.
Right.
I know for a fact he got a third place Heisman vote. So that's one thing. The other thing is coming back and sitting next to Brian Burwell, who was a friend from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. He's no longer with us.
Right.
Sitting next to him, and we really enjoyed it, and he told some great Cal stories while we were watching that comeback from the 9 points down with 2 minutes and change. That, and then as wild as anything was the USC comeback at 1 o'clock midnight time of the KU volleyball comeback against top-seeded USC to get to the Final Four for the first time when KU was down 13-9. Drew Hartzog was in the slot on the desk. It's 1 o'clock, and after the comeback, and says, "Do you think right about now Keegan wishes he knew the first thing about volleyball?"
Because you were there.
I was there covering it,
yeah.
and I loved it. But sometimes you just write about people.
Write about the experiences.
When you don't know anything.
No one did that better than Tom. We were very lucky to have him. Lawrence was lucky to have him. We will miss him, but we'll figure out what we do from here, and you will still be able to read him if you're so inclined to do so. Out in Boston at the Boston Herald, Tom Keegan. Last time here at KU Sports Extra. Thanks for everything and for doing all this all the time. That's it. KU Sports Extra. KU's 1-0. We'll talk to you guys again real soon, or at least I will, on another KU Sports Extra.